Hey everybody, so welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Now, what you see in front of you here is a raspberry bush that has lost most of its leaves. Some of them are still green on the tips. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go through, and I'm holding my camera with one hand and holding my clippers in the other hand, okay? And what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to trim off the old canes from last year. That way it'll promote more berries on the new canes that came up this year, next spring and summer. So what we're going to do, what you're wanting to look for is you're wanting to look for branches that are a dark woody color. So like, you see how this one looks green? You're going to look for the ones that are like more like this right here, where they're a dark brown. This was the one from last year, and so I'm going to cut that one off. So I'm just going to come down into here, and I'm just going to trim it as close as I can to the bottom and just clip it out, okay? And most of the canes that you see here are new canes from this year that came up this spring. And I like to come on here and I like to clean up the these little doodads that are hanging like this. You can see them just kind of hanging because they're gonna fall anyways, and that just kind of cleans up the plant a little bit. That's just my own personal preference. And so I do have a couple more in here that I can trim back. There's this little one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that one out because it doesn't look like it's gonna do a whole lot. So get in there. Try not to bust my other parts off. All right. Now I'm not sure, it looked pretty dark brown, so that's why I'm taking it out. But most of them, like I said, are new growth. You can really tell by the green. Like this one has some brown on it, but if you look down here, it's got the green down here. So that one clearly is a new one from this year. And what I'll do is I'll just go through and I will look. And if you look down here, I'll show you really quick. I'm gonna set my shears down. If you look right here at the top of the soil, it's already got new growth coming up right here. So that was kind of under the leaves and stuff here. And so I'm gonna leave some of them. You can see some new growth coming in right there. And so it'll just do its thing over the course of the winter, and then in the spring it'll pop back up with a whole bunch of fresh canes again, and then that's what you do. So that's the rule. You want to cut out the year prior's canes off of your raspberries, and then you want to keep the new canes that came up in the spring. This way you'll have more fruit on the canes that came up from this year, because it'll produce, what it does is the canes that came up this year, like all of these ones, all the new canes will have fruit next spring and summer. So you don't want to cut those out. And the old canes, sometimes they will have fruit on them, you guys, but there won't be nearly as much fruit on them, okay? So that's why it's important to trim out the old, because the plant's going to be focusing all of its energy on creating the fruit on the old canes and the new canes, and so it'll have less energy going to the new cane fruit, okay? So just cut out the old ones, because there's not going to be that much fruit on those ones. So that's the tip, and that's how you prune back your raspberry bushes in the fall. And so you guys, thanks so much for watching my video, and have a wonderful day. Bye.